Hey guys, it's Jason with KSL. It's the day after the big ice storm and the big blizzards and all that hit Kentucky and a bunch of the United States. We're getting ready to run outside. It's Monday morning, 8-ish o'clock, something like that. We're going to head out. I know I lost some trees and some limbs and stuff like that. Stick with me. We're going to run the property and kind of see what's going on, and I can show you what kind of damage we got here in Bowling Green. It's Jason. It is Monday, January 6th, the day after Snowmageddon and Icemageddon. It's Monday morning. We're down here at the shop. We've got a bunch. I don't know exactly how many trees we've got down, but we've got some trees down, some limbs down. I heard them cracking yesterday and last night. So we're going to get the chainsaw, run out there and see what we can do and see what's happening. Stick with me. Guys, leave a comment below. I would love to hear where you're at, general area. You don't have to tell me real close, but general area of where you're at, what kind of snowfall or what kind of ice you've got, any kind of damage that you've had. I would just like to know, and like to know if you lost power, how you did throughout the storm, and I would like to know what our subscribers and followers did. If you lost power, tell me how you lived through it, how you got through it. If your water froze, anything like that. But drop a comment and we'll answer those. Thank you. All right, we are out in the pasture. It is cold this morning. It's about 20-something degrees. Monday after our big ice storm. We're gonna kind of walk the pasture, see what we got down. I know we've got a few things down. Mainly today, all I'm concerned with is anything that is on the fence, just to make sure the animals don't get out. So we'll spin this thing around and take a little walk. There's Joe. Joe is loving this weather. There's the sheep shack. Joe and Weezer are staying in the sheep shack right now. But as you can see, one of the trees right here took a hit. We'll cut some of it off the fence. Some of it's laying on the fence. Like I said, we'll get this thing cleaned, just the stuff that's on the fence. So let's just keep on walking. And I see another cedar tree. That's the bad thing about the cedars and the pines. They've got all their leaves or whatever you want to call them on there. So they just hold that snow and ice load. And then when the wind picks up, like last night, the wind picked up a little bit as we were still building some ice. And so you can see that cedar tree came down. So let's run all along and check our fence rows and see what's happening. There's another cedar tree that lost a few limbs. There's another cedar right over there that lost a few. So far, I've walked the perimeter of most everything except for the far side of the property. And there's been a limb or two here. We got a cedar tree up here that's down on the fence that'll need work right now to get it cleaned up. I want to clean up a few more, then probably call it good until it gets just a little bit warmer. But we'll run over and check the other side of the property here in just a second. All right, we walked the back perimeter of the property and now we're up here at the driveway. This is one of the spots I was worried about because we got trees, we got cedars and some hardwood trees on each side of the driveway. Last night when we left, we had to cut a few limbs out, and I'll show you that little Milwaukee saw that I've got for trimming those limbs. But we had a few limbs that were down and cut a fead limbs to get out of the driveway. But today, I mean, you can see everything's clear, nothing's there. We're gonna walk up along this fence row, headed back towards the barn and the shop and see what's happening over there now. All right, we took a walk around the property. Not too much damage here at my place. I'm in South Central Kentucky, Bowling Green area. We didn't get a whole lot. We got little to no snow. Here. We got a quarter, probably over a quarter inch of ice. We had some limbs down, stuff like that. Had a lot of rain. I tell you what saved us in Bowling Green is the temperature got up to, last night it got up to about 40 degrees. And when all this rain was coming, it was like 35 degrees. So the rain wasn't really freezing. It was freezing just a smidge, but no major power outages that I saw in Bowling Green. I know farther north, they got a whole lot of stuff. One of my friends in Louisville, he showed me that they got about 8 to 9 inches of snow on the ground, and then they started getting ice on top of that. So farther north and a little bit farther west of us got it pretty bad. I saw some pictures of somebody's farm. I know they got some limbs down, no structures were bad, but we had to cut. We left last night to run into town for a minute when all the rain was going. We had to cut a few limbs coming out our driveway. You saw a picture of that in there. We got trees on both sides of the driveway. But all in all, we fared good. The system kind of went a little bit, it pushed up north of Bowling Green to where we didn't get a ton of stuff. But the main takeaways first, we didn't have to use a generator. The only thing I've used is a chainsaw. I sat around a lot of the day yesterday doing some stuff in the house and everything like that, just kind of watching the weather, thinking, hey, power lines are going to start snapping, stuff like that. And they did in the northern part of Warren County, the northwest part. I know that they had several power outages, and then there's a few trees here and there, customers, 25, 30 people lost power. I think at one time, Warren Rural Electric had like 1,500 customers out, which is not super bad. It's not a super big thing. But one of the things is this storm has been predicted for like a week or so, and there were still people. There's some groups on Facebook that I look at. Honestly, I don't know why, because most of the time it's people fussing about how somebody parked at Walmart or something like that, a bunch of Karens. But still, even with this storm predicted that far out, there were still people that were scared while it was icing and everything else. They're like, oh my gosh, where can I get a generator? Where can I get this? I need a generator in case the power goes out. Or, hey, I need some kind of backup heat. And it's like, you're in the thick of things when you might really need this. Why in the world are you looking for a generator right when you're in the thick of it? And I understand everybody does not have the financial means to run out and buy new heaters, buy new generators, and all that kind of stuff. But there's ways to prepare for this, and we went over it. Go check out our last video that we put out on our top 5 things that you needed for this ice storm. But it kind of goes to show you, no matter how much you preach to people and talk to them about preparedness stuff, there's always going to be these people that are like, hey, right in the thick of it, where can I get a generator? Or the best one was, my generator's not going to start. Man, you've had a week to look at your generator, and you're just like, why did you not do it before? Before you had a whole week to look at this thing and make sure it was going to run, and you wait until it starts icing and your generator's not running. It's just stupidity on a lot of people's parts, or the bias of it's really not going to happen here. We're really not going to need it. But I've got one, but it's not really going to happen. So I don't know if it's going to run or not. But guys, I appreciate it. Leave a comment below what y'all experienced. I would love to hear what's going on at y'all's places and how much snow and how much ice you've got, if you got any property damage or anything like that.